Do you know what the leading causes of death for young people in the United States is? It's probably not what you think. Accidents, homicides, and suicide. Let's think about that for a moment. The top leading causes of death for young people are all preventable. While we talk about car accidents, we talk about violence, we don't really talk about suicide. And that's a problem. Staying silent about suicide is a problem because it creates confusion, promotes stigma, and it isolates people when they need help the most. Suicidal thoughts are a normal reaction to an abnormal set of circumstances. People become suicidal when they're experiencing a high degree of stress, mental suffering, a high level of hopelessness and despair. It's a way of feeling in control when you're in an uncontrollable situation. Going through a rejection, a failure, or a setback can make all of us feel hopeless, but it's especially difficult if you're a teenager or a young adult going through these experiences for the first time, especially if you struggle with mental illness. The important thing to remember is experiencing suicidal thoughts is temporary. Maybe it'll last days, maybe weeks, potentially even months, but that experience does pass. The danger with suicidal thoughts is making a permanent decision about your life when you're in this temporary state of pain. If you're worried about someone who's acting differently than they usually do, who might seem more withdrawn or more hopeless about the future, ask them if they're experiencing suicidal thoughts. And if you're worried that starting a conversation about suicide might make them suicidal, don't be. Years and years and years of research have shown that asking about suicide does not make someone suicidal. What it does do is make it easier for them to talk about any pain that they might be experiencing. If you are struggling with suicidal thoughts, get connected with support. Talk to a friend or family member that you feel close to, a teacher, a coworker that you trust, or reach out to the National Suicide Hotline. If you don't feel safe, call 911 or go to your nearest emergency room to get immediate support. It takes courage to talk about suicide. It takes courage to ask someone about suicidal thoughts, and it takes courage to get help when you're experiencing suicidal thoughts. But by having these conversations, we can help people get the support they need before they make a permanent decision about their future. Suicide is preventable if we have the courage to break the silence that surrounds it.